Hi, I'm Cole Lanter, and I'm 16 years old. I didn't have a girlfriend when I was 15, but I was into girls, and I didn't know how to approach them, so I would just sing to them in the hallways. But it'd always be something like a band like Slipknot or Marilyn Manson, and they thought it was sort of cute with my long hair, but um, it didn't really work out. Singing in the hallways is not a way to get girls. I mean, unless it's Dave Matthews Band or something that they like. But I don't know of a single girl who likes the music that I like. Girls usually go for guys in bands, or that's what my dad told me, but that hasn't seemed to happen at all, ever, for some reason. Maybe it's because I do real outrageous things, like I had a show recently where I made myself throw up in front of everyone. I stuck my fingers down my throat and made myself throw up in front of everyone. And I didn't like the crowd of people. They were real, we're better than everyone else because we're artsy, blah, blah, blah. So I got my friend's fake BB gun that looks like a real 9mm, and I took it out and I cocked it and I put it in my mouth and pretended like I was going to shoot myself. But I didn't, because it was an airsoft gun. It wasn't loaded, but everyone panicked and they didn't like me for that. I think that's also why girls don't like me, is because I'll just do something crazy like that. The only way you can be popular by being an artist is if you're semi-cool, and that's the only way you can possibly be cool. Is if you're friends with a lot of people, but you're also a really good artist and they know you for that. And all the girls come up to you and they touch you and say, "Hey, this guy's a really good artist." It's uncool to be an artist if you're popular, because if you're popular, then you're mindless, you're superficial, and you're a drone. It is uncool to be an artist if you are not popular, and it is cool to be an artist if you're semi-popular, and it is uncool to be an artist if you are popular. The only way to be cool and be an artist at the same time is to be in the middle like me. This painting is a picture of an abortion. The upper right panel is a picture of a very small baby. I don't know how old, maybe 2 months old. The next panel is of a more developed baby with a little cute umbilical cord coming out of its stomach. The next panel, bottom right, is a waste of space. And then the panel on the left is the baby aborted. And the reason I drew this is because I think it's kind of silly, and I think it's good for science. These were done when I first got my watercolors. It's Adam and Eve. It's kind of mean of God to trick Adam and Eve, because he did trick them, because he wanted to prove that he was better than everyone else. I really liked doing this when I did it, and then later on I don't like it anymore, because it seems like I was just trying to find an excuse to draw naked people. I did this painting in art. We were supposed to do a perspective drawing, and it's supposed to look like it's real. Yeah, so I did that with the train, and I didn't want to do that with the rest of it, so I just have the train and everything else is done with like a free hand. I did not get a good grade on this, because I didn't follow directions. I did this one in 10th grade, and we were supposed to make it with coils, which are like strands of clay that you can wrap around and mold. But I wanted to make faces instead. I wanted to work on making like people and stuff, because I just watched Frank Zappa's Baby Snakes, and they had all those little people, but I got a bad grade on it because it was supposed to be a cup. I don't really like art anymore. I don't draw that much anymore. I don't do anything like that much anymore. I grew my sideburns out around the summer of 2002 on accident, because I didn't want to cut off my hair like here, so they just kind of grew out longer and longer. And then I realized that I was growing out mutton chops, and I just wanted to see how long they'd go. And then everyone hated them, my girlfriend hated him, and every single girl at the school hated him, and all the girls stopped talking to me. But I felt like I was in the Victorian period, so I was very proud of myself, and that was the only reason I continued to let my sideburns grow out. I had to get rid of my sideburns because of my stepfather, Jeff. I got a job cleaning carpets with him, and he was just looking for a reason for me to get rid of my sideburns. So he said it was the company policy that all facial hair was removed, even though my boss, Greg, had sideburns and facial hair. A lot of girls when I was in 9th grade used to talk to me, and that was when I was 14. They used to talk to me a lot because of my long hair. I had long hair. It came to about here, and they all loved it because it was all silky and nice. And they'd always touch it and pet it. And then I cut it off over the summer, and they didn't really like me like that. And then I grew the sideburns too. And so I went from kind of a pretty boy to an ugly person with sideburns. My girlfriend hated my sideburns. She used to grab at them and pull them out and pretend like she was snipping them. The Victorian times were my most favorite period in history ever. Everything was polluted. It was when the Industrial Revolution really started to just tear apart England, and there was just, it was just an awful age, but everybody looked really cool because they had all these neat things on their faces, and they had the type of thing going on. If I was living in Victorian times, I would want to be Walter Sickert. And if you don't know, Walter Sickert was supposed to be Jack the Ripper. He didn't have any genitals because they were cut off when he was a child. But so he began to hate women after that, and it was thought that he killed them. But he looked really cool because he had that top hat.